Well, guys, we have a little news of the week. Look at that animation. Oh, guys, I've done an upgrade right here. Let's hop into it. First off, console pass prices undergo changes. Try saying that 5 times fast. Microsoft has removed the option to sign up for a 14-day trial of Game Pass for $1 just over a week ahead of Starfield's release. How oddly convenient. You can still get the 14-day free trial through the friend referral system. So, of course, we remember we had a lot of people were taking advantage of this. They can go ahead and sign up for Game Pass for $1. Used to be you do it for 30 days and you do a 14-day trial. Nixed it. Completely got rid of that. And I'm sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the fact that everyone is clamoring to get on Starfield. Meanwhile, over on the PlayStation side, things are looking about the same. PlayStation plans on raising their price of their PlayStation Plus service across all tiers, ranging from an additional $20 for the lowest tier to a whopping $40 for the highest tier. As written in the PlayStation blog, the price adjustment will enable us to continue bringing high-quality games and value-added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription service, which, to be perfectly honest, is corporate speak for this is what happens when you don't want to play with us. Meanwhile, Nintendo is just sitting there feeling fine. Feeling fine. Next up the docket, Meta has legs. Finally, the promise of the Metaverse has come true. Legs are working inside the depressing ghost town that is Mark Zuckerberg's Metaverse. Naturally, it comes with a couple caveats. It can only be seen in the Horizon Home, only viewable from the third person, so 90s first-person shooter style. If you look down, they're not there, and it can't show you crouching or jumping. But still, they promised legs, and they finally delivered. Now they just have to make it fun, profitable, and useful. So great going. Good start, guys. Next up, Beyond Good and Evil getting a remaster. The ESRB filing has revealed that Ubisoft is planning a 20th anniversary remaster of Beyond Good and Evil. The screenshot made the rounds on Twitter, or X if you want to be picky about it, showing a description that reads as an action-adventure game in which players assume the role of a reporter accompanied by a pig-like companion investigating conspiracy on the planet of Hillis, which is either Beyond Good and Evil or a real poor representation of Heavy Rain. Following up, Cyberpunk is only getting one expansion. You can tell this is live, right? CD Projekt Red has announced that its upcoming Cyberpunk expansion, Phantom Liberty, will be the only expansion they will release. Apparently, this is due to the decision to move from their own in-house engine to the increasingly popular Unreal 5. I gotta say, this is crazy. This is almost unheard of for a AAA game to only release one DLC. Madness by my book. This is tied to a multi-year strategic partnership the developer made with Epic in order to develop the next Witcher game, as well as build out a remake of the original Witcher game from the ground up. After the expansion releases, a big part of Cyberpunk team is moving to The Witcher 4, while the rest will solely move to the Cyberpunk sequel and a new IP over time as support for Phantom Liberty dies out. Normally, I feel like this is almost a lack of faith thing. A big game only getting one DLC and not much more follow-up, but honestly, I think it's smart. Let the game end on a high note, and with so much in the pipeline, CDPR is doing a whole lot better than many other companies. Next, Activision employs AI-powered chat moderation. Now, far be it from me to give Activision any sort of credit, but on Wednesday, Activision announced that it would introduce AI-powered voice moderation to the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Dream Drop Distance Birth by Sleep remix. The idea is to integrate a technology called TalkSmod, witty, to identify and take action against hate speech, bullying, harassment, and discrimination, which is great for everything except most teenage boys playing Call of Duty. Overall, honestly, this is a great, much-needed step, as a first-person shooter lobby is probably the only place I'm truly afraid of people half my age hurting my feelings. This one actually hurts me close to home here. Suikoden remaster is delayed. Konami announced this past week that the upcoming remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2 will be delayed to an unspecified release date. Boo! The game was announced in 2022 and set for a 2023 release date, but according to the developer, additional time is needed to ensure the quality, performance, and gameplay experience our users deserve. They want to spend time to get it as good as possible. We see what happens when people rush shit out the door. Can't get too mad at that. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Suikoden is an absolute trailblazer, a PlayStation-era RPG where each game has 108 characters, including the first to have a turtle pope, 2 playable hentai octopuses, and 18 unnecessary anime fighters with swords. So suck it, Smash. Next up, ADQ locks in-person event for January. If you're unfamiliar, speedrunning charity Awesome Games Done Quick is finally back with in-person this coming 2024. Dates are locked in for January 14th for 21st at the Wyndham Hotel and Resorts in Pittsburgh, PA. ADQ is an awesome event where players speedrun to support charities and having the energy of a crowd back behind them once again, so that back behind these amazing speedrunners truly only helps hype up the event. Meanwhile, if you guys need a host or a hype man or general clown to hold a microphone and wisecrack from time to time, hit me up. Lastly, this one's a bit of a heartbreaker here. Embracer Group shuts down Volition. The developer behind Red Faction, Saints Row, Descent, and the one Punisher game no one actually remembers was shuttered by parent company Embracer this past week. Earlier in June, Embracer announced its restructuring plan in which they did confirm there would be studio closures. Volition hit a bit of a low recently with the rebooted Saints Row, not hitting as well as expected, but it's a long-standing company with 30 years of history behind it. So that sucks to hear about anything like that, and there's a big statement about there. I think people saw this coming, but it's still unfortunate to see. For those who have been unfamiliar, not following the situation, this is all part of Embracer's the Mortal Engines-like swallowing of studios they've been doing since they also own Gearbox, Crystal Dynamics, Asmodee, Plaion, Saber, and THQ Nordic, which does not bode well for me ever getting Darksiders 4.
I have to finish the story.
And that is our news for the week.